Hey, it's Ferrall. We're back at Ferrall's in Midtown Manhattan in the theater district. We're talking college and pro football in your face. I'm here with Rasan Rogers, Lou Pellegrino, David Shepard. Mafia's late again. Somebody's going to have to beat his ass. I want to talk first of all about some great games that happened on Saturday. I mean, I was tripping watching some of these games. I thought Alabama getting rocked in Columbia by Garcia and the Gamecocks, they went nuts and never trailed in this football game, and they're no longer number one. I saw them as low as 8th today.
White tumble.
Why did they fall that much? You go on the road to Columbia in front of that many crazy fans and you drop 7 spots? Alabama can still kick anybody's ass.
I still don't understand the poll system and how it works and who sees what and how they vote, but I'll tell you what, in doing game day last week, I had a weird feeling that South Carolina was going to upset them, but I didn't say it.
Because you didn't have the balls
You're right.
to say it.
You're right.
You didn't have the balls.
I didn't.
LSU, you called.
I called it. I told you.
But other than that, you're worthless.
That's all right. Florida.
As long as you got that right.
Florida is a mediocre team. At best. No more Tim Tebow.
All right.
Used to it.
Florida State went to Landshark in South Florida, and they basically...
And we picked it.
I could have sworn I heard on the TV, maybe from the tunnel, and it said, what did the headlines read, baby?
Ain't about the Canes today.
Something like that, because Florida State stole their girlfriends and slept with them and pounded their faces when they got caught. When they figured out where they were having sex, they hooked up, went in, caught them, and then the guy from Florida State got up, still got what he wanted, and knocked out the Cane guy in the mouth going out the door. That's how bad they beat him. But then again, I had the Knowles and the points for the sweet cover. And then, honestly, Michigan State going into the big house in Ann Arbor and beating the Wolverines. Look at this guy. How about this guy shows up? Get in here. We're not waiting for your slow ass.
Unbelievable. Yeah, way to be on time.
Yeah.
Wow, what's so nice to show up?
So the Spartans go to Ann Arbor, big house. It's all about shoelace. And then it was all about Michigan State running it down their throats. They just ran it down their throats. Everybody thought it would go the other way, but Michigan State ran it down their throats. And that's the 3rd straight year Michigan State's beaten Michigan. Notre Dame kicked Pitt's ass, but Pitt covered.
They did. We all picked Pitt. I'm shocked that Notre Dame won that game. I really am. I didn't think they had it in them, and they surprised me.
Oh, they got a tough one this week. We'll talk about that later. No, we won't. Western Michigan and South Bend. That's what I call cheese. I hope that their Thanksgiving dinner is rotten with salmonella. Why are they playing them when everybody else is playing big games? You play Pitt and then you go play them? I mean, what's next? The St. Mary's Girls' School in South Bend?
They're tough. They're very tough.
Ohio State kicked my alma mater, Indiana's ass.
We knew that was obvious.
I want to throw one more game out there for you, there, lady. Not as lady, but lady, being late. Anyway, the guy, USC Stanford. USC covers, great game, comes down to a field goal, no time left. Stanford moved down the field, kicked it, they win by 2. Is USC, who's lost 2 straight, better than a team that's lost 2 straight? And where do they go from here? Or does Stanford feel like they got lucky to win that game?
No, Stanford didn't get lucky. They did exactly what we all thought they would. They were a better team. They're tougher. We thought they would beat them like they did. You know, USC probably bounced back. Now they get back into the rest of the Pac-10, which is pretty weak. But Stanford was the better team, and they showed it.
Do you think when Mark Sanchez was at USC, he selected Jen Sturger? I hope so. Anyway, let's talk about this week's games. There's some good ones. And we'll always give you the Thursday, Friday games if they're decent enough. Last week, Nebraska went into Manhattan, Kansas, and did a number on the Wildcats, handing them their first loss. And did they ever? Martinez with 4 touchdowns. Now he's in the Heisman talk. So this Thursday night, South Florida and West Virginia. Last year, 30-19. Bulls win it, even though West Virginia was laying the 3. But West Virginia's hot all of a sudden. I think they've won 4 of their last 5 games. And South Florida just comes off a loss to Syracuse in Tampa. So this is going to be a good game. So what do you think happens to them when they go to Morgantown to see the Mountaineers? I say they make it 5-6, and WVU keeps rolling.
Yeah, I think West Virginia is definitely the better team, and when you're playing on their home turf, they're definitely the team that's going to win the game.
Do you think that when they're cheerleaders, you know, when it gets into October and late November, they get so pale that they're not good looking enough to do?
No, I think they're still fine.
All right. Friday night, Cincinnati and Louisville. Cincinnati did a number on Miami of Ohio over the weekend, and now they got Louisville, who put up big points this Saturday. And all I know is this is going to be a battle. You know they hate each other. The game's in Louisville. Last year, 41-10, all Cincinnati, but that was a team that was almost perfect. Brian Kelly was coaching. You know, the bottom line is they were laying 18 in that game and they covered it. This year, it's going to be a close game and a wild game. I like this game a lot. That's why I put it up there. I think the Bearcats and Cards put on a show Friday night. It's going to be rocking. You know, Oklahoma State and Louisiana Lafayette last week put up about 75 or more points. I think this is going to be the same kind of game. Lots of touchdowns, lots of chaos, lots of beer, lots of chicks, co-eds making out with guys in the stands.
I'm going with Cincy. I don't think they have a good enough team as they did last year, but I think they're still pretty good, so I'm taking them.
I'm taking Louisville and I hate you. Who do you like?
I'm going to go with Cincy too because Louisville hasn't looked good since the team
I
left the
hate
NFL.
you too. Who are you taking?
I'm going with you, Mr. Ferrall. I'm taking Louisville.
That's what I mean when I talk about loyalty over here. And who are you going with?
I'm actually taking Louisville as well.
That's what I'm talking about. Arkansas and Auburn on Saturday. Headlines are weekend games. Last year, 44-23 Arkansas. But Auburn's unbeaten. And they're at home. And it is not fun playing the War Eagle there. I can tell you that much. But can Ryan Mallett do it? I say this game, like last year, they were laying 2, but a blowout. This year, I think it's going to be like a 2-point game, 3-point game. And I'll take Auburn in a squeaker at home.
I'm taking Arkansas.
I hate you, and it continues my hate for you. Who are you taking?
I think you're going to hate me too because I'm taking Arkansas as well.
Are you guys dating?
No.
I don't date men.
He's not my type.
That's gay.
Well, who do you like, Arkansas or Auburn?
Well, it's going to be two of the best quarterbacks in the country in college football, and I think Mal, with his experience, just pulls it out. This is going to be a great game.
I believe that he may be kidnapped on campus the night before the game, and Mal won't even be at the game. So I'm thinking that's going to be a huge advantage. And I truly believe that our Auburn chicks are hot and Arkansas chicks are fat. Did I get that right? The Big Suey, that goes with them. And over here they got hot cheerleaders in the South. South Carolina and Kentucky. Now South Carolina, we already say that was really impressive what they did in Columbia. The old ball coach had them rocking and rolling. They got it done. They owned Alabama all day. So, is it like the guy that dates the hot chick and then they make love and then he's like, this is awesome. And then the first thing she says is, I love you and I want to have your baby. And you jump out a window.
Why are you looking at him when you
Because
say that?
South Carolina is going to have a letdown off of Alabama when they go to Lexington to mess around with the blue.
You're going to hate me some more because I totally disagree with you.
Oh my God. How much I it hurts you. Who you taking?
What? Why are you looking at me?
Who are you taking?
Me? Oh, I think you were talking to him.
No, I'm talking to that guy over there kicking his ass.
I'm taking the University of Kentucky.
That's what I'm talking about. Who do you like? South Carolina again?
I'm going to South Carolina because they showed me last week that they actually can do it for
You've
once.
shown me nothing with your disloyalty with my action.
And his lateness.
South Carolina going to Kentucky. Can you feel an upset?
Ask the general will be happy, Mr. Ferrall. I'm taking Kentucky.
See?
How does this kid breathe?
How do I not have this type of thing everywhere I go? Illinois going to East Lansing to see Michigan State. Oh, by the way, South Carolina won that game last year by 2. They were laying 9. 28-26 was the final. Now that Illinois, Illini, great win at Penn State. I told you Penn State sucks, and I'll stick with that. They're going to suck the rest of the way. They'll win some stragglers, and they just won't matter at the end of the season. Illinois last year loses by 10 to the Spartans in Champaign. Now they're in East Lansing. Michigan State just got done playing in Ann Arbor. Big win. I say they keep rolling.
I'm going with Michigan State. Do you still hate me?
It's about time.
No. Who do you like, Illinois or Michigan State?
The Spartans are for real.
There's a changing in the guard. The Spartans are a powerhouse in the Big Ten now. I'm going with them.
What do you think?
They're playing for the coach, Mr. Ferrall. Michigan State all the way.
Iowa at Michigan. Now, last year, a 2-point game, 30-28. The Hawkeyes win it. Hawkeyes, everybody think, are going to collide with Ohio State. They can't mess around with Michigan. It's going to be tough going to the big house. Robinson is capable of scoring touchdowns, having big days, running the ball, passing the ball. He didn't pass the ball well against Michigan State. Iowa's definitely better than Michigan is right now, despite the one loss for the Wolverines. Does Iowa get it done in the big house like Michigan State did last Saturday?
I think they're going to get it done easily.
Easily.
Yeah.
You can stay. All right, so Cal at USC last year, 30-3, all Mena. Troy, they got it done. They were laying 4.5. They covered. Cal keeps having impressive wins. So here they go, down to the Coliseum, and USC's lost 2 straight games, albeit the game by 2 they dropped in Palo Alto over the weekend. So what happens to the Trojans now? They get it back, and they roll, or is this a tight game, or do you like Cal?
Come on now, you know I'm going with USC. I think they find a way to get it done and get some pride back for once.
You're jealous of his jersey.
No, I'm not.
Missouri and A&M in some of the throw-in games, I'm going to give you College Station. I mean, everybody saw what A&M did with Auburn. They hung with them. Missouri is unbeaten. They haven't lost a game, but they're not in Columbia. They're going to College Station where they drink whiskey in the stands. So who are you taking, A&M, or are you going to go with Missouri?
I'm going with A&M.
That takes guts.
It does.
Who are you taking, Missouri or A&M?
Well, I guess I got guts with you because I'm taking A&M. They play well at home. And
2 A&Ms I got right here.
I'm going Missouri.
That's what I'm talking about. They're unbeaten. The Titans.
I mean,
All right, Oklahoma State at Texas. I think Texas, once they got smacked around, they haven't been the same. Oklahoma State scores a lot of points. They did it again last Friday night. They put up like 50s. And let's face it, last year they beat them by only a touchdown. They were laying 4.5. They covered. This game's at Texas Tech, and they had a huge win last Saturday. So you tell me, is it the Cowboys or the Red Raiders?
It's the Cowboys.
You better hope that's not like coinciding with the NFL Cowboys.
It's the
'cause
Oklahoma State Cowboys.
They're pathetic. And then you, sir.
I am going with Barry Sanders' alma mater, Oklahoma State.
I'm going Oklahoma State because they're a man.
See that? You're Oklahoma State?
Yes, sir.
All right, and then the last game I want to throw in because it might be the best game of the day. It's in Manhattan. They're going to be rocking out there in Madison, Wisconsin. Beelsmas, Badgers, with their big power running game. They got the double big backs that'll run you right over, and they're taking on the number 1 Buckeyes. Does it get any better than that? Last year, though, it was a blowout. Buckeyes 31-13. Buckeyes were laying 14.5. Come. So, now they're number 1. Their first task is in Madison. That's as tough as Alabama having to go to Columbia to see South Carolina. Who do you like?
If it was a college basketball game, I would have picked Wisconsin.
Yeah, but it's not basketball.
I'm taking Ohio State.
I'm taking Ohio State, too.
What do you think?
Buckeyes roll.
The way Pride is playing, Ohio State.
Listen, if there's one thing you do this week, I'm thinking it's take the Badgers in the 6.
Oh, wow.
Take the Badgers in the 6. Ohio State, if they win this game, they win it by a field goal at best. The Badgers will lead in this football game, and it's going to be crazy in Madison. You can count on that. That's really the game of the week. A couple of things going on. I want you to go to standupforskateparks.org and give to the Tony Hawk Foundation. I'll be in Beverly Hills Sunday, October 17th for this gigantic foundation charity event with all kinds of skateboarders, artists, actors, rock stars, athletes. Jane's Addiction's playing. Donate to standupforskateparks.org. One other thing, for you freaks that like to shop, they're opening a new Affliction store in the Garden State Plaza in Jersey, right there by the 17 and the 4. Listen, Black Friday, you're in, and then the grand opening, December 18th. So, sick clothes, leather jackets, jeans, jewelry, you can get stacked up, and there's hot chicks there. That's important. I always love when hot chicks sell me clothes. Or when they give me clothes. Or when they take off their clothes. From Hurley's and Times Square in the Theater District, it's Ferrall. You can find us every week on FerrallRadio.com with more College Pain Day. We got more to come with the pros, so strap in. I need another